Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fit and fine. So dear students, let us continue with the transformation of sentences. So first of all, dear students, let me revise what we have discussed as of now. So through PPT, I will revise what we have discussed as of now, and we will also go through the remaining rules regarding transformation of sentences. Okay, so let us go through the PPT for a quick revision, then we will be discussing more rules regarding transformation of sentences. So dear students, today we will be discussing rules regarding uh, simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences. So as we know that dear students, the sentences can be divided into three parts according to structure, and according to meaning they can be divided into affirmative sentences, negative sentences, that is also called assertive sentences, interrogative sentences, exclamatory sentences, optative sentences, imperative sentences, and according to structure they are divided in three parts: simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. In English, there are mainly three types of sentences. A simple sentence has just one clause, a complex sentence has one main clause and one or more subordinate clause. A compound sentence has more than one main clause. As we know already, we have done this chapter in 7th, 8th and 9th classes, so we know very well about types of sentence. Okay, now transformation of sentences, which we have discussed, and now today we are going to discuss regarding sentences. So we can change a simple sentence into a compound sentence or a complex sentence. This is usually done by expanding a word or phrase into a clause. In the same way, we can change a complex or compound sentence into a simple sentence. This is done by reducing a clause into a word or phrase. Now let us go through the example which we have done earlier, and we have gone through the formation of sentences using to. By removing to, we use so it is too late to start a new lesson. So as you can see, this sentence has just one clause and therefore it is a simple sentence. The number of clauses in a sentence is equal to the number of finite verbs in it. Note that two infinitives and ing forms are not finite verb. So in the chapter, finite and non-finite verb type of verbs, you must have gone through. Now transformation of sentences. As of now, we have discussed interchange of the degrees of comparison, interchange of affirmative and exclamatory, interchange of affirmative and negative, conversion of simple sentence to compound sentence we are going to learn today, we are going to discuss today. Conversion of simple sentence to complex we are going to discuss today. Interchange of two, so that we have discussed. Now let us again recall what we have discussed. Interchange of the degrees of comparison. Positive degree, I am as strong as he. So in comparison, in comparative degree, it's positive. Here in the first one, the strong is positive degree. In the second one, now strong has been changed into stronger, that is comparative degree. So he is not stronger than I. Second one, no other metal is as useful as iron. In comparative degree, iron is more useful than any other metal. In superlative degree, iron is the most useful of all metals. So we have gone through all these examples. Now change the degree of comparison without changing the meanings. Helen was more beautiful than any other woman. So no other woman was so beautiful as Helen. The airplane flies faster than birds. Birds do not fly as fast as airplane. Hyderabad is one of the biggest of Indian cities. Very few Indian cities are as big as Hyderabad. Some beans are as nutritious as meat. So meat is not more nutritious than some beans. Akbar was one of the greatest of Indian kings. Akbar was the greater than most of the Indian kings. So dear students, as we have already also discussed regarding this rule, and we have seen just now also how we can transform a sentence by changing the degrees or the degrees of adjectives, by changing them from positive to comparative and from comparative to superlative or from positive to superlative. So thus without changing the meaning of sentence we can transform them. Next we discussed interchange of affirmative and exclamatory. So exclamatory, how beautiful this garden is. Affirmative, this garden is very beautiful. Exclamatory, how nice Dhoni played. Affirmative, Dhoni played really nice. Exclamatory, what a tasty, spelling is wrong here, it should be a tasty ice cream. Ice cream is extremely tasty. So now interchange of affirmative and negative. Affirmative, Brutus loved Caesar. Negative, Brutus was not without love for Caesar. Okay, negative, they are not happy in life. Affirmative, they are unhappy in life. So here students, you can see that without changing the meaning of a sentence we can transform it from affirmative to negative and from negative to affirmative. Interchange of affirmative and negative sentences. Affirmative, I was doubtful whether it was you. Negative, I was not sure that it was you. Second one, affirmative, everybody was present. Negative, nobody is absent. Example 3, affirmative, all cheered. Negative, there was no one present who did not cheer. In this way, the negative sentences can be changed into affirmative sentences as above. Next, dear students, interchange of affirmative and negative sentences. So express the meaning of the following sentences in a negative form. It's your so dear students, please note down all these sentences in your notebook. He failed to notice me when he came in. So he did not notice me when he came in. everybody will admit that he did his best. So nobody will deny that he did his best. Only a millionaire can afford such luxuries. So none but a millionaire can afford such luxuries. Every man makes mistake sometime. So there is no man who does not make mistakes sometimes. I care very little about what he says. I care very little what he says about me. I do not care what he says about me. So here students, you can see that how without changing its meaning, an affirmative sentence can be converted into negative and negative one can be converted into affirmative. They can be interchanged without changing the meaning of the sentence. Conversion of simple sentences to compound sentences. This one is very important, so I want you to look at these sentences attentively. Simple, he must work very hard to, as in the beginning of the class we discussed about simple, compound and complex sentences. So let's once again go through these examples. Simple, he must work hard to up for the lost time. So compound, he must work very hard to make up for the lost time. Simple, in spite of his hard work, he did not succeed. Compound, he worked hard yet did not succeed. So more examples regarding conversion of simple sentences to compound sentences. Little J sat in a corner eating his Christmas cake. So little J sat in a corner and ate his Christmas cake. He must resign on pain of public dismal. He must resign or he will be publicly dismissed. Owing to drought, the crop is short. So there is drought and so that crop is short. The men had not completed their work by sunset. So the sun set and yet the men had not completed their work. In spite of several efforts, he failed. He made several efforts but failed. So dear students, we can see that how a simple sentence can be transformed into a compound sentence. Now conversion of simple sentences to complex sentences. Simple sentence, he confessed his crime. Complex, he confessed that he was guilty. Simple sentence, only Pakistanis are admitted here. Complex, if you are not a Pakistani, you cannot be admitted here. Simple, the management is thoroughly bad. The complex, the management is as bad as it could be. Let us go through more examples regarding conversion of simple sentences to complex. The prince was to be found in the hottest battle. The prince was to be found where the battle was the hottest. I rejoice at his good fortune. I rejoice that he has good fortune. Considering the difficulties of his position, he has acted admirably. So, if we consider the difficulties of his position, he has started admirably. He has acted admirably. Allowing him alone, the rest of us waited outside. So he alone entered while the rest of us waited outside. Not feeling well, he decided to lie down. So as he was not feeling well, he decided to lie down. Now, transformation of sentences, more rules regarding it. The nature of the sentences can be changed without changing the meaning of the sentences. Sentences containing adverb to, as we have discussed about such sentences earlier. My friend is too rich to be helped. So you can see how the transformation of sentences containing the adverb to takes help without changing the meaning of the sentence. So my friend is so rich that he cannot be helped. So we already discussed many examples of such types. This news too good to be true. So you can see how the transformation of sentence can sentences take place. It should be take place. Takes is wrong here. Take place into the following. Takes is correct beta, but because it is according to transformation, not according to sentence. The main subject is transformation. Okay, it's correct here. So you can see how the transformation of sentences takes place into the following version without changing the meaning of the sentence. The news is so good that it cannot be true. More examples regarding the same. He is too proud to beg. He is so proud that he will not beg. It is never too late to mend. So it is not so late that it cannot be mended. It is too ignorant for the post of a postman. So it is so ignorant that he is not suitable for the post of a postman. This shirt is too small for me. This shirt is so small that it is not suitable for him. He speaks too fast to be understood. He speaks so fast that he cannot be understood. So it's all about transformation of sentences. And now, dear students, it's all about transformation of sentences. So now let us start a new chapter, which is also can said to be a part of transformation of sentences. So that is direct and indirect narration. So as already we have discussed rules regarding direct and indirect narration. So let us go through some examples of direct and indirect narration. Reported speech or direct indirect narration. Reported speech or direct and indirect narration. It is directly is not part of the transformation of sentences, but We can also include it because when we change a sentence from direct to indirect, so it also does not change its meaning. Its meaning remains the same. So it's also, this formation also is transformation of sentence without changing its meaning. Okay. So as far as rules are concerned, so you all are aware of the rules, as you must have gone through these chapters many times in your 6th, 7th, 8th, your 9th and 10th. So I'm not going to discuss the rules. So simply we are going to go through the examples only. Ravi says, I am going to Agra. Ravi says, I am going to Agra. This is a direct narration. It is a direct narration. Now let us convert it into indirect narration. Ravi says that he is not going to Agra. So here students, we can see that after changing it from direct narration to indirect narration, it does not change its meaning. So this is also a part of transformation of sentences. Okay. So Ravi says, I am going to Agra. Ravi says that he is going to Agra. Next one. Priyanshu said to me, you are my best friend. Priyanshu said to me, you are my best friend. It is direct, now converted into indirect. Priyanshu told me that Priyanshu told me that I was his best friend. Okay, dear students, so as we have seen in these two examples, we have just converted the form of sentence. Only sentences are transformed, but their meaning remain the same. Okay, so please take the screenshot. You can also pause the video and write down. I'm going to rub it now and I'm going to write more examples regarding it. Next, direct speech. Mohan said to me, do you go to temple every day? Mohan said to me, do you go to temple every day? Now indirect Mohan asked me if I went to temple every day. Okay, dear students, so as you can see here, without changing the meanings of sentences, we are transforming them. Mohan said to me, do you go to temple every day? So Mohan asked me if I went to temple every day. So either take the screenshot or pause the video and write down. I'm going to rub it. Next one, Eric. Priyanka said to me, were you driving the car? Priyanka said to me, were you driving the car? Now indirect speech. Priyanka asked me if I had been driving the car. Okay, Priyanka said to me, were you driving the car? So Priyanka asked me if I had been driving the car. So either you can take the screenshot or you can pause the video and write down. I'm going to rub it and write more examples regarding it. Raghav said to me, how are you? This is direct narration. Now indirect. Raghav asked me how I was. Raghav asked me, Raghav said to me, how are you? Raghav asked me how I was. Okay. So do the same. Either you can take the screenshot or you can pause the video and write down. Direct. The teacher said to the boys, stand up on your desk. The teacher said to the boys, stand up on your desk. indirect, the teacher ordered the boys. The teacher ordered the boys to stand up on their, it should be plural, desks. Okay, it is imperative, so set to will be changed into order. Okay, so either you can take the screenshot or you can pause the video and write down. So dear students, thus today we have finished this topic, transformation of sentences. More discussion and more practice will be done in online classes. So thank you students for watching the video, and more exercises also will be practiced in online classes. See you tomorrow.